Hello, orchid lovers around the globe. In today's video, we're diving into the exciting world of plant propagation, showing you how to properly create and care for new orchid plants from your existing ones. Whether you're a beginner or a seasoned grower, we'll walk you through every step to successfully propagate your orchids and grow your collection. Let's get started. What I have here is a beautiful orchid plant that has already bloomed, showcasing its stunning flowers and now ready for the next exciting step, propagation. Even after blooming, this orchid is perfect for creating new plants from small parts, depending on your orchid's type, such as a phalaenopsis or dendrobium. We'll identify the best parts of the plant to use, prepare them carefully, and set them up for success. First, grab a clean pair of scissors or pruning shears. Identify a healthy branch or stem on your orchid, such as a section of the flower spike with nodes or a side shoot, depending on your orchid type. Carefully cut the branch just below a node. You can see the body of this plant is still fresh and healthy, with vibrant green tissue and no signs of rot or wilting. With this healthy piece ready, we're set to prepare it for propagation and help it grow into a thriving new orchid. Next, grab a sterilized razor blade or a sharp knife. Clean it thoroughly with rubbing alcohol to keep things sanitary. With the healthy branch or stem cutting you just took from the orchid, carefully trim off the edge to create a fresh, clean cut. Focus on the end of the branch, removing any dried or uneven tissue to expose a smooth, healthy surface. You can see the tissue inside is still vibrant and green, showing this cutting is ready to grow. Make a precise, angled cut just below a node if you haven't already, as this spot is where new roots are most likely to form. Be gentle to avoid crushing the tissue, as a clean cut promotes better rooting. Now that we've prepped the edge of the branch, we're ready to move on to setting up this cutting in a rooting medium to encourage new growth. Now, grab some cinnamon powder, a natural antifungal and antibacterial agent that's perfect for protecting our orchid cutting. Take a small pinch of ground cinnamon from a fresh container to ensure its potency. Carefully sprinkle the cinnamon powder over the freshly cut edge of the branch you just trimmed, making sure to coat the exposed tissue evenly. Take 1 or 2 cloves of fresh garlic and peel off the outer skin to reveal the juicy flesh inside. Using a clean knife, cut the garlic into small pieces to make it easier to work with. Now, carefully carve a small hole or indentation in one of the larger garlic pieces. Gently rub it along the cut edge of the branch and the surrounding stem area, focusing on the cinnamon-coated section we prepared earlier. The garlic's natural compounds will seep into the tissue, adding an extra layer of defense. Cut the remaining garlic into small pieces as we will need it to make our fertilizer for the branch. Put all the cut garlic into the blender. Along with adding 500 milliliters worth of clean water in and blend the mixture on a medium setting for about 15 seconds, long enough to break down the garlic into a fine, cloudy liquid, but not so long that it overheats or becomes too frothy. Next, grab a fine mesh strainer or a piece of cheesecloth and place it over a clean container. Carefully pour the garlic water mixture from the blender through the strainer to filter out any remaining solid pieces that didn't break down. This step ensures we're left with a smooth, clear liquid, free of chunks that could clog the rooting medium or irritate the cutting. Next we're gonna pour in a teaspoon of GE ginger that I made 3 months ago. This aged ginger solution is an extremely good remedy for orchids. Packed with natural antifungal, antibacterial, and growth-stimulating properties that encourage strong root development and protect against pathogens. Then we will fill in 500 milliliters worth of clean water. Stir it gently. After you've mixed the solution, take a smaller clean cup, something like a 200 milliliters container works well, and carefully pour the garlic ginger water solution into it, filling it about 3/4 full. Now, gently take the branch cutting we prepared earlier, with its cinnamon-coated edge, and place it into the cup, ensuring the cut end is completely submerged in the solution. Don't let that leftover garlic ginger water solution go to waste. It's a fantastic treat for your other orchid plants too. This nutrient-rich blend, with its antifungal and antibacterial properties, can help keep your orchids healthy and thriving. Grab a clean, lint-free tissue and dip it lightly into the remaining solution, ensuring it's moist but not dripping wet. Carefully rub the tissue against the leaves of your other orchids, focusing on both the upper and lower surfaces where pathogens might linger. Use gentle, even strokes to apply a thin layer of the solution, which will help protect the leaves from fungal or bacterial issues and provide a subtle nutrient boost through the leaf tissue. You can also pour the remaining solution into a spray bottle, ensuring it's clean to avoid contamination. Then, gently mist the solution around your other orchids, focusing on the leaves and the base of the plant where the leaves meet the stem. Aim for a light, even mist to coat the foliage without soaking it, as too much moisture can lead to fungal issues. Misting helps protect against pathogens and delivers a subtle nutrient boost to keep your orchids thriving. Next, let's use the remaining garlic ginger water solution to give the roots of your other orchid plants a healthy boost. This nutrient-rich solution, packed with antifungal and growth-promoting properties, can help strengthen the roots and protect them from pathogens, encouraging robust growth. You'll want to water lightly, letting the solution soak into the roots to deliver its beneficial compounds, like the garlic's antibacterial agents and ginger's growth stimulants. After 30 minutes of soaking in the garlic ginger water solution, our little orchid cutting is primed and ready for the next step, growing. Carefully lift the branch cutting out of the cup, letting any excess solution drip off. You can see the cut edge, treated with cinnamon and soaked in this nutrient-rich blend, looks fresh and ready to root, thanks to the protective and growth-promoting properties of the garlic and ginger. Next, grab a clean orchid pot, preferably one with drainage holes to ensure good airflow and prevent waterlogging. Fill the pot about 3/4 full with fresh, high-quality sphagnum moss, which is perfect for orchid propagation because it retains moisture while allowing the roots to breathe. Now, take the remaining garlic ginger water solution we prepared earlier, with its antifungal and growth-promoting properties, and pour it evenly over the moss until it's thoroughly moistened. Let the moss soak in this nutrient-rich solution for 30 minutes. This step allows the moss to absorb the garlic and ginger's beneficial compounds, creating a protective, nurturing environment. After an hour of soaking, carefully remove the sphagnum moss from the pot with the garlic ginger water solution. The moss has now absorbed the antifungal and growth-promoting compounds, making it an ideal rooting medium for our orchid cutting. Gently squeeze the moss with clean hands, wear gloves if you prefer, to remove excess solution, ensuring it's damp but not dripping wet. Grab an empty container and make sure it has several holes punched in the sides or lid to allow for good airflow. This ventilation is key to keeping the environment humid yet fresh, preventing mold while our cutting roots. Take the sphagnum moss we just squeezed dry after soaking in the garlic ginger solution, which is now damp and infused with protective, growth-promoting compounds. Fill the box about halfway with this moss, spreading it out loosely to create a soft, airy bed. Now, take the orchid branch cutting we prepared earlier, with its cinnamon-coated and garlic ginger-treated edge, and gently place it inside the container filled with the damp, treated sphagnum moss. Position the cutting so the cut end, the part most likely to develop roots, is nestled into the moss, with any nodes or growth points making good contact with the medium. If your cutting has leaves, ensure they sit above the moss to avoid trapping moisture, which could lead to rot. Next, take the remaining treated moss and carefully fill in the container around the cutting, gently tucking it in to secure the branch without compacting the moss too tightly. After 28 days, it's time to check on our orchid cutting. Carefully remove the branch from the container filled with the treated sphagnum moss. As you take it out, look closely, you can see small, white or greenish cell growths starting to form along the cut edge or nodes. These tiny bumps or root primordia are a fantastic sign that you're on the right track, showing that the cutting is actively developing new roots, thanks to the nutrient-rich garlic ginger solution and the protective cinnamon co. Now, gently place the orchid branch cutting back into the container, nestling it into the sphagnum moss so the cut edge and those promising new cell growths are in good contact with the moist medium. Gently mist the cutting, focusing on the cut edge and the surrounding moss to maintain a light, even moisture level. After a month, take a peek at your orchid cutting. Look at that, you can see small leaves starting to grow. These tiny, vibrant green leaves emerging from the nodes or base of the cutting are an exciting sign that your propagation efforts are paying off. The leaves may be small, but they're a big milestone, indicating that the cutting is establishing itself and developing a healthy root system beneath the moss. Carefully check the moss to ensure it's still lightly moist but not soggy. If it's too dry, give it a light mist with clean water or a diluted version of the garlic ginger solution. Keep the container in a warm, humid spot with bright, indirect light, like near an east-facing window, to encourage those leaves to grow stronger. Avoid direct sunlight, which can stress the delicate new growth. Next, wrap 2 clean orchid pots. Make sure both have drainage holes to ensure good airflow and prevent waterlogging, which is essential for healthy root growth. Fill each pot about 2/3 full with high-quality, orchid-grade pine bark. This bark is perfect for orchids because it provides excellent drainage and aeration, creating an ideal environment for the cuttings developing roots and those new leaves we're seeing. Afterward, add a top layer of the treated sphagnum moss we prepared earlier to each pot, right over the pine bark. This moss layer helps maintain humidity around the cutting, which is crucial for encouraging those new leaves and roots to keep growing. Now, carefully take the orchid branch cutting, sprinkle it with the cinnamon powder, with its promising new leaves and root cells, and gently place it into one of the pots. Position the cut end so it's nestled into the moss, with the developing roots or nodes in contact with both the moss and pine bark below. If the cutting has leaves, ensure they sit above the moss to avoid rot. Next, grab a clean spray bottle filled with the remaining garlic ginger water solution and lightly mist the cutting and the moss in the pot where the cutting is placed. Hold the bottle about 6 to 8 inches away and apply a fine, even mist, just enough to keep the moss and cutting hydrated without soaking them. This misting delivers a final boost of antifungal and growth-promoting compounds to support rooting. Now, to keep our orchid cutting thriving, we'll water it once every 2 weeks, using a combination of clean water and the garlic ginger water solution to maintain its health and encourage root growth. Take about 100 milliliters of clean, room temperature water. Slowly pour this mixture into the pot, focusing on the moss and pine bark around the cutting, ensuring the medium gets evenly moist but not soggy. This bi-weekly watering schedule keeps the moss and bark at the right moisture level for orchid. I hope you enjoyed this video and learned valuable tips to care for your orchids even better. Your feedback means the world to me, so please share your own plant care tips, tricks, or questions in the comments below. Reading your comments fills me with joy and inspires me to keep creating helpful content for all you orchid enthusiasts. Thank you for watching, orchid lovers, and I'll see you in the next video for more ways to keep your plants thriving.